Hi, this is Anna Nanavati with Realty Mark Platinum bringing you another episode of Local NJ. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Betsy Zipkin, a Course in Miracle facilitator, author of Done with Dieting, and author of Only Love Matters Journal, also a spiritual coach and a Reiki master. So she's done it all. Welcome, Betsy.
Thank you.
So, Betsy, tell me a little bit about your work over the last, I don't know how long you've been doing this, but can tell me a little bit about your work and your products and services?
Basically, I've been doing the work, I would say, over 30 years. And can I tell you how I got started?
Sure.
I was at a point in my life where I really felt this feeling, and actually I was in my 30s, just to give you a particular time period. I was in my 30s and I was really struggling with a feeling of kind of an emptiness in my life. And everything was really great in terms of have a wonderful family, and my work at that time was different, but it was very rewarding. And yeah, I felt this amazing emptiness in my life. And I just remember saying out loud and surprised myself, "Dear God, please help me." And I was like just shocked that I said those words. And it was right after that I read something in a book called Notes to Myself that referred to A Course in Miracles. And as soon as I read it, I decided that I was going to call a local bookstore because it talked about something called A Course in Miracles. And that really started me on a whole different path in my life. I called the bookstore. They said, "I think we have that book in stock. Come on in." So I did. And then about a year later, I spoke to a friend and she said, "Where did you get A Course in Miracles?" And I told her at a local bookstore, and she said, "I don't think you can get it at a regular bookstore. It's kind of a little new age, a lot new age. And I don't think you could have gotten it there." And I said, "Well, I did. And maybe I needed it so badly that was my first miracle." And truly it was.
So for the people out there that don't know what A Course in Miracles is, can you just briefly describe it?
It's really all about getting inner peace. And it is spiritual psychotherapy. And a lot of the language can sound religious, but it is not a religious body of material. It's strictly spiritual psychotherapy. And it, again, excuse me, is totally designed to give us inner peace and really to sustain it.
Okay. And since you're also an author, tell me a little bit about what Done with Dieting is, and also the Only Love Matters Journal.
So Done with Dieting is basically a book of quotations. It's a journal book of quotations. And it's designed to help people that are struggling with emotional eating. And the way I got started with that was that if anybody's ever watched Saturday Night Live, there was a comedian on there once, Gilda Radner, and she talked about her struggle with eating, but she didn't really go into any details. But I found out that she had such a struggle with it that she wound up being hospitalized at the peak of her career. And she really tragically died very young. But there was something about her talking about her emotional eating issue that just touched my heart. And I realized that so many people struggle with emotional eating. And for a while in my life, I worked at a diet company, and I was a behavior counselor there, and I saw the struggle people were going through there. So it was like those two things combined really reached me on a deep level. And I thought, maybe I could be of some help to get people peace with emotional eating. And soon after, I started writing these quotations that I think were very, very helpful for people struggling with this issue. And Anna, I know actually you read that as well. And that really was the reason that I got involved with emotional eating as well. And I think that the quotations in the book, what they do is reach our heart and help us to deal with the issue of emotional eating truly on an emotional level, because what we're all really starved for, I think, is a relationship with a higher power, a relationship with our source. And that's kind of the sum of all my work.
Okay.
So if I can bring peace and get people closer to their source, I've done my job.
And what about the Only Love Matters journal? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was also something that I felt was very inner driven. And I was able to kind of reach somewhere deep within myself where I felt like at that point in my life, I had been working with A Course in Miracles for many years. So I felt like I wanted somehow to put the words in a different way, not try to quote them, not try to rephrase them, but to just give my own kind of message that I felt was a result of all my work with the Course in Miracles. And so the result was I came up with maybe 2 or 3 sentences for each day of the year. And then I just wrote them down, and I suggested that people think about the meaning of the words, and if they feel moved to journal what they feel about it, it would be very therapeutic for them. So again, it's all about inner peace.
Okay. So what's the most memorable experience you've had while you've done all these things in the last 30, 40 years?
Well, I think one of the most memorable experiences was one time a young woman came to a class of mine, and she said that she had discovered a lump on her breast, and she went to the doctor, and he also agreed that she needed to have it biopsied, but that there was a lump there when he examined her. And so she went in for a biopsy, and they decided to schedule her for surgery. And then right after she was actually scheduled and did follow through, she came to class shortly after, and she said, the most amazing thing happened. She said, I was all prepped for the surgery, and they took one more x-ray, and she said the lump just totally disappeared. And she said she really felt that it was a result of her believing in miracles.
Wow, that's really great. Got any more stories like that? I'm sure you do. Let's have a sampling of your work.
So I think one of the things that we're all going through right now in our world is change, a lot of change. And change can create a feeling of stress. So what I like to do, I also offer a call, a teleconference call called a prayer and gratitude call. And on the call, we do different breathing exercises as well as prayer. And one of my favorite breathing exercises, really simple, something I learned not too long ago. And you might want to try it. Just close your eyes if it feels right. And you're just going to take 2 gentle breaths. And now this time, as you inhale through your nose, you're going to listen to me count to 10 and just gently inhale a feeling of peace to the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now just hold for a moment and gently exhale through your nose to the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to do it one more time. And this time, as you breathe in to the count of 10, and I'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it for 2 more counts. 1, 2. And tell yourself, I'm breathing in a beautiful healing light that I can picture just coming into every single cell of my body. It's making me feel very peaceful. I'm going to, as I exhale now, I'm going to exhale all negativity I may be holding. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now just relax. Take 2 more gentle breaths. And tell yourself, I deserve peace, no matter what's happening in the world or in my life. And breathing always can relax me. Thank you, Annie.
Thank you. Feels good. Feels good to release all that, whatever is inside. So if you can tell everyone out there how they can get in touch with you or order your books or, your classes, attend your classes or any of that. If you can tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, basically, I did close my office during COVID. So what I do now is offer teleconference calls, and there are weekly ones and there are monthly ones. And I do ask people for a small donation. The prayer and gratitude call is complimentary. So if you go to my website, NewJerseyMiracles.com, it has information every month on the latest classes and offerings.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me, Betsy. I always learn a lot from you, and I'm sure everyone out there can learn a lot from you too if they give you the chance, if they connect with you. So please like, subscribe, and follow, share all of Betsy's platforms and all of my platforms, social media platforms. And have a great week, everyone. See you next time. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you.